Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another Galactic challenge video. In this one we'll take into the Geonosis where we have to take down a squad of Mandalorian using Empire. Now as always I'll cover the modifiers and the feats first and then show you the battles. So I've got two different Empire teams that can both get all the feats done in a single battle, so hopefully either of those two will work for you. There'll be YouTube chapters below as always if you want to skip through. Otherwise let's kick off with reviewing the global modifier for Geonosis, which is called Geonosis Arena. It's a really nice modifier, so whenever we use a special ability we gain a stack of entertainment which gives us extra health, offense and potency. Now extra potency is very nice because especially their Bo-Katan, she's got quite high tenacity and armor as well, so extra potency to land debuffs will help. However, on the other hand, stacking offense is not what I really wanted here. Because obviously it makes stalling these battles harder as your guys start hitting more and more damage. But I was able to pull it through regardless. In terms of modifier, Imperial Edict, it's a brilliant modifier here for the Empire. So whenever we'll either use a special ability, everybody's called for an assist, which is great. But when you're trying to stall the battle, not that great. But you know, we'll work with it with what we can. And then we also get Snow Trooper operative summoned as well, which is really cool because his basic as well can land stuns, which will help with the stun feat. In terms of the Mandalorian modifier, the code, so whenever they get damage, everybody gain a stack of clan loyalty, and for each stack they gain extra protection and counter chance. So they'll start counter attacking after a while. That's what definitely landing daze and or stun on them will really help you control those counter attacks. And max protection is actually nice because it makes them more durable, which kind of allows us to stall this battle a bit longer than otherwise would. So overall the modifiers today are helpful, but you know, no way game breaking, but definitely see that they're not getting too much in the way of the feats. Speaking of the feats, you have to win with a full team of Empire units, win without losing a unit, and then as well attempt to flank stun 30 times. So you need to attempt, so even if it's resisted it will still count. Now let's first start off with the first Empire team, which is Palpatine and Mara. Also with Palp's lead we get the whole Terminator train, so once we get going we'll have things under control. Don't even have to have great mods on these guys, just Mara so she can get plays going. Obviously we have here AoE stun for Palpatine, and then his basic is pretty cool because not only it lands shock, but it will also gain 15% Terminator for each shocked enemy. So once you spread shock among all the enemies, Palps can quickly get back-to-back turns, getting those AoE stuns out frequently. Mara, she should be fairly quick so she can get the opening plays going. She's obviously got here Dispel and Stun and Tenacity down most importantly, then another AoE with Shock and Stagger, so Shock can then really start making Palpatine going. And here on basic she calls Palpatine to assist and as well land Daze, which is nice. Thrown here is mainly, you know, for the fracture, so you can keep either Maul or Bow under control because you don't want Bow going out there landing days on your guys. Bringing your old guard because his basic can stun, so you can just constantly keep poking with his stick, helping a little bit with the stun feed. And finally Death Trooper, very important, his basic can land stun as well on dazed enemies. So that will be the strategy: spread the shock, spread the daze, and then let those stuns flow. Alright, let's hop in the battle now and let me show you how this theme operates. So first let's just go ahead, dispel all those buffs from Maul, then do the other AoE, get Shock, get Stagger, so now we can push back Terminator on Maul over there. Unfortunately didn't land Stagger on Bow. As you can see, Bow's got very high tenacity. Even with tenacity down, she's resisting a lot of the stuff. So ideally here I would have fractured Maul, but because Bow there, she would get a turn quite soon. Wasn't able to land their Daze and stun on her. Decided to fracture her instead, just that she doesn't land days on you, because then you can't gain bonus turn meter. Other than that, from here on out, it's a straightforward affair. You're just kind of spreading shock amongst everybody. There we go. Now you could use the Pulp's ability that gives him extra turn there, but obviously it will call everybody to assist because of the modifier here for Empire. So just the only special ability from Pulp you want to use here, so you can stall long enough, is the mass stun. Otherwise, straightforward affair. Just kind of here spreading the shock, going around stunning people. Now we've got everybody dazed as well, so whoever then Death Trooper basics will stun. Obviously, as mentioned before, we also got here Snowtrooper Operative, his basic can stun, and as well Royal Guard's basic. And that's pretty much it. We got lots of ways here to kind of do the stuns, keep spreading, keep going around. Obviously Maul there because he's got more than 2 stacks of Anguish, because he starts with 3, you cannot stun him, so definitely want to keep him under control either with Fracture, or if you do land Stagger on him, you can keep pushing back his turn meter. You definitely don't want Maul to start unloading. A little bit annoying, obviously. Beskar Mando eventually will get his bonus turn and things like that, so decided to finish him off because he started to causing too many problems. But I'm trying to stall as long as I can here, but you can see these guys now start falling apart. We got stacking offense going. There we go. Maul got his turn, but because, you know, he didn't have 5 stacks of Anguish yet, he didn't unload it. He just did his AoE, which, you know, barely scratched my guys. And there we go. Finish those guys. Finish off armor, and there we go. Just speed up the footage. I just tried to stall this battle as long as I could, because without feat track, like, you have no idea did you get your 30 stuns or not. But I did. All feats done here in a single attempt. No issues whatsoever with Palp and Mara. Now, depending, obviously, do you have Mara or not? Do you have Palpatine? You can also get some plays done with troopers. Obviously, going with Veers lead, similar like Palp's lead, will provide plenty of bonus turn meter. Short trooper here, because he doesn't do a lot of damage. He's got an ability that gives buffs to everybody, which will help, again, fueling turn meter. Then we have here Piet with an AoE that can daze these guys. And as well, Imperial Ambition will give to somebody, will give it to Death Trooper, so Death Trooper is constantly called to assist. So again, he can utilize his basic to get a stun on dazed enemies. We got Gideon here for obviously control situations, so we can quickly gun down Maul, because here we don't have Fracture and turn meter removal. And then once he gets his subversive volley, it will end daze on everybody that are leaders, and they cannot resist it. So that's how we'll get daze out, and then we can actually start getting stuns as well with Death Trooper on everybody. But in that, we start off a control situation, then we get armor shred on Maul. There we go. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead, see if we can drop a daze now. Perfect. Let's go ahead and dispel all the buffs from the guys. There we go. Let's get tenacity down on everybody with Snowtrooper Operative, and then do a mass assist here on Maul. We have to get him down. You don't want him to start unloading his big hits. There we go. Let's go ahead, put the Imperial Ambition over on their Death Trooper, so then now whenever Piet uses basic, he will call him for an assist. So we'll get more stuns, but unfortunately, as I said, Maul can't be stunned. We got Subversive Volley now unlocked for Gideon, so let's go ahead and unload it. Get daze on everybody that are leaders, they can't resist it. And here similar practice now as with the Palp's lead, just try to keep everybody stunning. So we got everybody dazed. There we go, we got a stun there. Let's go ahead, go after armor, get a stun over there as well. Again, utilizing basic here from Snowtrooper Operative will help you as well stunning these guys. And this is pretty much it. It's a rinse and repeat. Keep everybody stun locked. Now the reason obviously why I included Short Trooper, he doesn't do a whole lot of damage, because when I use Stark, I was doing too much damage. Definitely want to a little bit slow down, so maybe this will be easier for those that maybe have like some gear 12 troopers in there, because they're not doing as much damage as these relict ones. But just to show you, we've got a lot of stuns going on between obviously Death Trooper's basic on dazed enemy, as well as Snowtrooper Operative also on his basic. I think it's like 50% chance to stun, I believe, so it doesn't land every time, but you know, 50% is pretty good. There we go, just kind of trying to spread the damage. Again, Mando eventually will get his bonus turn, but there he just uses Whistling Birds, which is like whatever, right? Again, have to make sure you do keep Bo under control, keep her stunned. You don't want her unloading that AoE daze on you. But in that, pretty straightforward affair. There we go, constantly stun locking everybody. Whenever you do have Subversive Volley from Gideon, unload it so you can reapply that daze. And again, stalled, I could stall even longer to be honest, but I reckon about 4 minutes, that had to be 30 stuns. Alright guys, that's all what I wanted to share with you in today's video. Hopefully you found it useful and helpful, showing you 2 different Empire teams that can get all the feats done in a single battle. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.